So today I want to talk about another social media video that's been doing the rounds. It's all over Facebook again, or rather now, I don't know if it's again. In this video, an elderly gentleman, I'm describing him as elderly because I see some grey hair and he seems to be approximately in his 50s, maybe 60s, probably 60s. He approached a pregnant woman in a parking lot. I don't know why he approached her and I don't know what the problem was. But the fact is, he approached her and confronted her in what I can only describe as an aggressive manner. Just watch this video and look at the approach.
She's 15, dummy.
What?
Oh. Get out of my face. Get out of my face.
This girl big and pregnant.
Now after this, another gentleman walks up and then basically intervenes and says to him, but wait a minute, you can't speak to a pregnant lady that way. She's pregnant. How dare you do it? How can you do it? Etc. So there seems to be this altercation surrounding the way in which he approached this lady or confronted her. This then escalates rather rapidly into the point where the gentleman that intervened actually withdrew a firearm. And he had a firearm in his hand, and it was very clear from the interaction that the elderly gentleman had an aggressive disposition. Yes, he did. He seemed confrontational, he seemed aggressive, and the expectation was that he was going to resort to violence. So to this, the other gentleman withdrew his firearm seemingly and held it at the low ready in his hand. So here's the clip showing that.
Go the fuck off. Go the fuck off. Put that gun away. Fuck you. Put that gun away, motherfucker. Go ahead.
Then the argument escalated even further. Now you have a gentleman in his 60s facing a pregnant woman with the gentleman that intervened positively armed with a firearm in his hand. And this guy carries on. He keeps at his confrontation. He keeps being abrasive. He gets up in the face of the gentleman with a firearm in his hand, challenges him on the firearm, tells him he's nothing without it and to put it away, etc. This then escalates further, but in spite of it, the gentleman reholsters his firearm, and you'll see that happening in this part of the clip.
You were about to hit a pregnant woman. I have it here on camera.
I don't give a fuck.
With the firearm reholstered, this guy then decides that this is some kind of cue for him to escalate, and he confronts even further. It goes to the stage where the man actually physically interacts with. Now, I can't say that he actually hit him because the video is not very clear, but he certainly made physical contact with a bigger gentleman who is clearly also younger, who is clearly also armed. And to this, the guy then strikes him, and he's quite shocked and quite surprised. This is that part of the video.
Fuck, I got it there. You motherfucker. That's right. You motherfucker. Do it again. Do it again.
Now, in this confrontation, it ends positively with the video ending, so I don't know where it went from there, but it looks like the matter kind of dissolved itself. So my point is the following. I spent about 30 years in various types of martial arts. I've worked as a nightclub bouncer. I've got law enforcement experience. I've had my fair share of physical confrontations. Many friends will attest to that have worked with me as colleagues in the police, etc. And the fact is that I can honestly tell you that no matter your training, your confidence, or the size of your proverbial balls, any fight can be lost very easily. There's no guarantee that you will always win all fights. It takes a slip of the foot, a missed strike that puts you off balance, a surprise strike by the opponent, a momentary lapse in concentration, a distraction, or a weapon, like a firearm, and you will lose the fight. So, what's the moral of the story? The moral of the story is, first and foremost, pick your fights intelligently. There is no moral in survival. If you have to stand down or even run away and you survive, you have survived. That's the goal of any confrontation. Yes, in the boxing ring and the kickboxing ring and in the MMA ring and etc., it's about winning and about being tougher and meaner and bigger and more muscular, whatever. Real life, just doesn't work like that. The fact is that in real life, bullets really kill people. I had a guy try to attack me in my car one day, to which I withdrew my firearm, and he told me he's not scared of guns. In that situation, I answered him and said, well, my firearm doesn't care how you feel, because bullets kill all kinds of people. Even people, Navy SEALs get killed by firearms, man. So, my point is, here's this elderly gentleman causing confrontation. It's just never worth it. Why would people jump out of their vehicles and confront others? Why would people get into physical fights and confrontations? It is illegal to attack people. It is illegal to shoot people. But it is legal to defend yourself. So my point is that people must stop thinking that just because they act mean and tough, that they are mean and tough. There is a place and a time for everything. If a criminal attacks you and you are forced to defend yourself, then most surely you should and you can. But in most instances, you have no guarantee of the outcome, not unless you're a bully and you're a man going up against a pregnant woman. But then again, even she could be armed. So my takeaway is, folks, cut down on the physical confrontations, on the abrasive approaches, on the attacks on people. Just because you feel strong, because you are pumped full of adrenaline by your own excitement, doesn't make you bulletproof, immortal, or the best martial artist in the world. The fact is that confrontations can turn really ugly really quickly. So my message and my takeaway is, rather apologize, move away, withdraw, run away, keep your mouth shut or walk away as far as possible. There is no moral in survival. All heroes are dead. You are not a hero if you confront a pregnant woman. Come on, man. Folks, that's it for today. I hope you enjoy it. We'll chat again soon. Be good.